And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors. Welcome back to the Gem in the Crypto, episode 512. Today is Wednesday, December 4th, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday. And today's top stories: Bakkt CEO Kelly Loeffler appointed to U.S. Senate seat. Circle to charge fees on U.S.-based POLONIEX traders crypto after December 16th. Crypto exchange Gemini burnt 1/5 of its GUSD stablecoin supply, and EOS now available on eToroX exchange. So a lot of good stuff going on there. And of course, let's go ahead and talk about these prices today. Bitcoin's at $7,463.67, up 1.78% on the 24-hour clock. Ethereum's at $149, up 0.66%. Ripple is back down again at 0.219 cents, so a little bit under 22 cents, down 0.54%. Bitcoin Cash is up $213.75, up 0.17%. Litecoin is at $45.94, up 0.44%, and EOS is down 0.8% at $2.70. So again, a lot of chop, not much has changed. What's going on, Tessa Hall? How you been? Tony Nolly, what's the word? Hello, hello. And you know what, pardon me, I didn't have this on the screen. There we go. So you can see these prices. And of course, these prices are on the CoinDesk 24-hour ticker, where you can check it out live as well. So again, the market is looking the same. I'm sure we zoomed out, it's going to look the same as it has the last 6 to 8 months. All right, top story of the day. If you were ever a member of POLONIEX or, of course, traded there, I'm sure you've been receiving the emails. But Circle to charge fees on U.S.-based POLONIEX traders crypto after December 16th. Now, I'm actually going to give Circle a hand clap on this because of their notifications. Not the fact that they're charging people, but they are notifying people. If you have an account, ever had an account, if you have anything to do with POLONIEX, they are sending like a lot of emails right now. I think they sent one out last week, and already they've sent 2 or 3 out this week. So, and they're getting even more aggressive. The first email was like, hey, just let you know if you got anything left, you're going to want to move it. The second email was more along the lines of, hey, move it now or it's going to be gone. The third one was like, hey, move it or these are the things we're going to do. We're going to charge it. But I mean, they're getting more intimidating, if you will, which again is a good thing so people can take their funds off the account. But to go to the story, and again, this is on Cointelegraph. Circle, the parent company of cryptocurrency exchange POLONIEX, which, by the way, we have called the death of now for about a year and a half. We said this was going to happen. And even the rebrand, we actually called that. We'll get into that in a moment. But Circle, the parent company of cryptocurrency exchange POLONIEX, says it could charge United States users fees and even confiscate users' entire balances if they do not remove their funds. In a blog post on December 3rd, Circle warned that U.S. traders have no option but to stop using POLONIEX, a policy adopted in preparation for the platform forming its own separate entity. So a couple of things I definitely want to break down about this sentence so people are aware of. When it comes to exchanges, as we keep telling you, they can change their policy and their terms of use overnight. We saw Bittrex do this in an effort to escape legal trouble personally. So here, as they say, a policy adopted in preparation for the platform forming its own separate entity. That policy adopted more than likely changed the terms of service or the terms of use. Again, no one agrees to it. They're allowed to do this overnight. So this is something exchanges have been doing. And again, so if you get in any type of custody battle for your crypto or any type of lawsuit or civil suit against any of these exchanges, I'm telling you, go before you even let them know you're going to do it, go straight to the website and copy all the terms of use and have it dated as well. Because if not, they will try to just change it overnight. You'll have no recourse. It says funds must be taken from accounts by December 16th. If a user fails to do so, fees may apply, which in theory can total the entire account balance. That is actually hilarious. So they're basically telling you if you don't move it by December 16th, they're going to levy a fee on your account, which would be an entire account balance, and they'll just take it. But again, I'm not mad at them. Like, that's not fair. But again, hey, not your keys, not your crypto. We keep telling you not to leave it on exchanges. But on the flip side, they are giving people more than enough notice. I mean, they're putting this out there as a blog post, knowing Cointelegraph and CoinDesk and some of these other crypto news outlets, or the gentleman of crypto will be covering it. So they want people to take their money off it, but they're also telling you that if you're negligent, they're going to keep it. Again, there are 2 fees POLONIEX U.S. customers who do not withdraw their assets may be subject to: a monthly service fee while a user continues to have assets stored on the platform, and a one-time dormancy fee when an account becomes dormant per the terms of applicable regulations. Again, those regulations are something that they are creating whenever they want. Unclaimed assets may be sent to state governments consistent with applicable regulations. Now, I will say that since Circle backs POLONIEX, we know Circle is backed by Goldman Sachs. This is more than likely the reason why they're doing it the right way. If this was just a crypto exchange on its own, they would have already exited scam, right? They wouldn't have gave you this warning. But Goldman Sachs is covering their back. Circle's doing the same thing. You got to remember, they have institutional money. They're going after the really big fish, big organizations. So they don't want something like a few customers loss of money or no non-access to their crypto funds to be a big deal. So they're giving everybody plenty of time. And then a couple last things. It looks like, as we reported, POLONIEX confirmed that it was spin out from Circle in October, and they're now talking about trading under the new name. Get this. Again, we called the rebrand. We kept saying that they shouldn't, when they first bought them, they should not have kept the name to begin with. But now they've done the rebrand. The name is Polo Digital Assets. Hilarious. I love it. I know they watch us because, again, we started off KRBE Digital Assets Group, which is our actual company name. But that's what we kind of told them from the beginning, like rebrand the name, throw digital assets in there, and they actually did. So we'll see what happens. It looks like POLONIEX already relaunched a decentralized exchange, POLONIDEX, having acquired it as a TRX market, the largest DEX on the blockchain network, Tron, is being stated in this article. So a lot going on with POLONIEX. Again, I would still pay attention to them because they do have the infrastructure, they do have the technology and the algorithms it takes to be successful as an exchange. They're just trying to skirt those lines on regulations. So we'll see what they do next. But I mean, you'll definitely hear some more from the team. What's going on, Bitcoin Ben? Make sure you all check out Bitcoin Ben's podcast and YouTube. Thanks for coming in, saying a shout out. Tessa Hall said POLONIEX gave up the ghost. What's going on, Jason Jammin? Crypto Bridge shutting down. Christopher Ladd, hello. All right, in other news, of course, as we started reporting this week, and Anna Alexandra, of course, none other would be the one to break this story. Bakkt's CEO Kelly Loeffler appointed to U.S. State Senate. That is right. This is pretty funny too, because this is basically what I said when I covered the story either yesterday or a couple of days ago. It's basically for those listening, it's a cryptocurrency, a crypto Satoshi right there on the couch eating some popcorn, watching C-SPAN basically. And of course, the double meaning of that is that a CEO of a crypto company selling futures, which you could only sell by, or which you could only legally sell by getting basically some type of license from the state regulators, which of course she was able to receive, but other people were not able to receive, now actually works in the government. That's right. I'm sure there will never be a conflict of interest there. But Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has appointed Kelly Loeffler, CEO of institutional Bitcoin futures platform Bakkt, to a United States Senate seat. Wow. With the appointment, Loeffler will replace Senator Johnny Isakhan, Republican from Georgia, who plans to retire at the end of the year. The Washington Post reported on December 4th. A person familiar with the matter shared Loeffler's remarks with the publication, in which she said, "I haven't spent my life trying to get to Washington, but here's what folks are going to find out about me. I'm a lifelong conservative, pro-Second Amendment, pro-military," there we go, pro-wall, and pro-Trump. "I make no apologies for my conservative values, and I will proudly support President Trump's conservative judges." I mean, again, people, you have to understand, the CEO of a futures platform, of course, we already know she has institutional wealth herself. So she's a wealthy person, CEO of a platform. She is not stupid, all right? In fact, she probably is overqualified for this job. I won't even say probably. She's overqualified for this job in the Senate seat. And Georgia's actually getting lucky. But you notice how she doesn't even mention her own business, right? She mentions all this pro-Trump stuff and all that. That's what you do to get people going. You rile them up a little bit, you get them all hot and bothered, and they forget who you actually are. The CEO of a futures company of basically a wealth distribution platform or Bitcoin protocol, which is changing the worldwide global wealth system as we know it, right? She's not going to mention none of that, but she's talking about pro-Trump, pro-military. I mean, everything she said is something to rile somebody up. Pro-Second Amendment, rile them up. Pro-military, rile up these people. Pro-wall, pro-Trump. She does not mention the fact that she's a CEO of a futures platform in cryptocurrency. So again, she's a very smart person, clearly. And I mean, hey, the next 2 or 3 years, her moves won't surprise me. I mean, you heard it here first. There's going to be something where Bakkt gets some types of crazy hall pass from the government, and this is going to be why. So again, as a business person, I'm not mad. Hey, hand clap, Kelly. That's what you're supposed to do. You're shining a light, for all those folks in business. But as a person of the crypto community, we are definitely watching you. All right. Crypto exchange Gemini burnt 1/5 of its GUSD stablecoin supply. The story is in the headline right here, people. This is, or at least my personal, I would say, concern when it comes to stablecoins and them having a market share, anything like that. Now, it looks like Well Alert, a Twitter account dedicated to tracking large cryptocurrency transactions, reported on December 3rd that 1,035,020 GUSD were burnt in a single operation. The number of tokens is equivalent to around 20% of what was the total GUSD circulating supply before the burn. The remaining GUSD supply is a little more than 4.1 million GUSD. It's funny, you can see the chart here. I mean, it's literally a straight drop. This is what it used to look like on some exchanges when you log on at 1 a.m. and all of a sudden you get an alert saying that some coin will be dropped from the exchange in the next 30 minutes. And it's just like, what? Straight crash. But it looks like the Gemini dollar has seen an overall poor performance since its launch in late September of last year, which we said every stablecoin would see because there is no need for them right now, or in my point, really ever. But the token received approval from the New York Department of Financial Services and the United States dollars that back it are held at a bank located in the United States and eligible for FDIC pass-through deposit insurance, subject to applicable limitations. I believe that bank, of course, is none other than the, I can't remember why I can't think of it, the one that's down here in SoCal with us, though. But, yeah, I mean, again, when Gemini launched, it was a no-brainer. It was, the middle of a bear market, so it was a bad time to launch to begin with. They went ahead with it, but there wasn't a need for a Gemini or any of these stablecoins as of now. I mean, if anything, people still use Tether, and that's on shaky surfaces. People still use that, but there wasn't a need for it, so it doesn't surprise me that they had a poor performance. Nor does it surprise me that they burnt some. This is my problem with any type of, what are these things called? I can't even think of it. Stable coins. That's my issue with stable coins, is that they're still centralized. A group of people still control it. So if they feel like it's having a poor performance, they can just cut it 20%. Or let's say they're having a great performance. Then, hey, let's just create more overnight. The same as we do with fiat currency, which is why we're trying to get away from all that and go toward things like Bitcoin, where everything is on an immutable ledger, everything is transparent, everybody can see it, and there's a fixed amount. We know when that fixed amount will be released. Instead, again, they wake up, and this is the funny part, people, as we always say, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings, Friday nights, they just wake up out the blue and randomly change the way they're doing things. So to me, this should be a tall tale right here that already before there is even high volume of usage, they're going to burn 20% or they're going to create however many. So what's going to happen where there's billions or maybe trillions of dollars at stake? Let's say GUSD becomes a stablecoin everyone uses, their network becomes widely used. What will they do then, especially when they have more investors involved? They're going to do the exact same thing, and that will help or hurt you as the bottom line investor, as the end user. So you got to watch out for that. All right. Last but not least, wanted to talk about EOS now available on TGoC exchange, but more or less wanted to give TGoC exchange a shout out. I've been hearing a lot about it lately. Spoken to some people over there, and we may be trying to check out that exchange and doing a review. Let me know in the comments, actually, if you have used the TGoC exchange. What are your thoughts on it? But it looks like TGoC, the blockchain subsidiary of global investment platform eToro, today announced that EOS crypto asset is now available on TGoC exchange. Actually, that was yesterday, pardon me. EOS will be both a base and counter currency for trading pairs on TGoC and can be traded against other crypto assets, including, as we just talked about, a lot of the fiat stablecoins. Looks like TGoC is now one of the few crypto and blockchain exchanges to have all 5 top crypto assets paired against multiple fiat stablecoins. So again, I know some people like doing that. But again, the even bigger part about this is the trading going on at eToro. We know we went to the Bitcoin is event out here with the San Diego Charger. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Pardon me for that as well. You know, they invited us out there. It was a great event. Okwang, excuse me. Russell. Yeah, we went to Russell Okwang's event, San Diego Charger, the Bitcoin is event. I know eToro was one of the main sponsors there. They put on a great event. I mean, a ton of people from the crypto community was there. It was a nice space. It was a good time. I had a chance to actually talk to other YouTubers, talk to other big names in the crypto community. It was very personable. So it was a great event. I know eToro sponsored that. We talked about eToro last year when they were bringing out or rolling out some of their new things. And now it looks like they're adding more things to it and they're trying to expand. They've actually been reaching out to people. So we're going to take a closer look. But as I said, if you use that eToro exchange platform, I know that you can do ghost trades on them as well. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section. And has it been a good experience? Let us know. We'll check it out as well. Cryptonomics, what's going on? Cryptonomics said ideal. Stable coins are more than likely here to stay, where they produce out of thin air a certain amount. When they burn them to create artificial demand, then when gone, they make another stable coin. I don't think that's an ideal. I think you're right. I mean, spot on. I think that's what's going to happen. And again, I am not even mad at it because from a business perspective, it works and it makes sense. These companies, it's not their fault that, people are just kind of being sheep when it comes to some of this stuff and not questioning or asking about some of this money or some of these financial moves we're seeing in the market. But as a business person, hey, if you can sell a pet rock and make $1 million, and sell a pet rock and make $1 million, like people keep buying the pet rock. You can't be mad at the person selling it. So, and this thing, it makes no sense, but as a business, it makes sense. I get it. They're like, hey, people are going to keep buying these stable coins, even though we control them. We can control the supply and demand, which will control, as you said, the artificial demand, and of course the price of that. And we can just literally manipulate it whatever direction we want, whenever we want, which of course market manipulators, especially in the financial markets, have become very savvy. Plus with all computer equipment, I mean, this might be one of those things where they only manipulate it once every 5 or 10 years, but that one manipulation could cause a $500 billion profit margin. So something to definitely pay attention to. I think that is what will happen. I mean, technically it already is happening with the GUSD burning 20%. They're creating artificial demand by doing that. But we'll see what happens on a larger scale. I mean, Tether does it too. So again, from a business perspective, it makes sense, but you definitely called it. Thanks, Cryptonomics. Again, in the comment section of the video, let me know what you think about eToro Exchange, if you already use it or you taking a peek at it. And the best answer we'll definitely give some cryptic coin away too. It's been a while since we gave it out as well. Other than that, last comment, Cryptonomics says stable coins have already been discussed by the IMF too. Of course, anything they can control. I mean, stable coins, you can control it and it makes sense. Right now, what they're having an issue doing is controlling a cryptocurrency and making it make sense, because anyone who knows about crypto knows that you controlling it doesn't make sense. So with stable coins, to some people, it makes sense that they control it because it's coming from the legacy fiat system where there is that centralized control. But the part that makes no sense in that is that people are accepting it. Just because that's a part of the legacy system doesn't mean we have to accept it, but people are accepting that for whatever reason. And they're okay with stable coins being centralized. So I can see the IMF trying to get a stable coin, or if anything, I don't think they're going to try to get one now, because I think that they're understanding that, from the public perception, it wouldn't work. I know if I was advising someone on this, I would say from a public perception, you don't want to have a government stable coin per se, but you do want to have a government backed one. So the same thing we do with the US dollar and the Federal Reserve, that's the same thing the government needs to do with stable coins. And honestly, I think partnering with Libra will probably be the best option for them right now, which is what I think they're actually trying to do, is kind of press them in the corner and then, hold out a hand in favor. But yeah, I think that would be the best idea for public perception in order for the program to work. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? Other than that, leave those comments. Make sure you smash that like and share. And as always, thanks for watching. You all have a happy hump day. Cheers.